Hey y'all, I have not done a sit down video in a really long time, or a long form, or any of that. Oh, see, I think my camera's tilted. I'm not editing this, so if I say a lot, it's because that's how I actually talk, and I'm not gonna be able to edit this. So no, I might edit the beginning and the end, but that's it. So I've been on TikTok a lot and making shorts, but I make them on TikTok and then put them on here. So lately, I started asked a question about millennials and what are they? Gen Z. I asked, why are they so exhausted and so tired? And I did not expect it to go the way it went. I didn't go viral or anything. I just got a lot of comments, more than I normally do. Most of them are on TikTok, and then I got one person on here arguing with me, mostly on the way that I talk or phrase certain things, and how I responded. And honestly, I'm like, when it's a comment, you can't hear inflection. So yeah. Anyway, she, I don't know, accused me of rage baiting, and I was like, I don't even know what that is. Okay. So I'm guessing rage bait is like, what is it? Is it like asking something to make people angry? I don't know. I don't really know. But I don't do that. So that's not my intention. My intention was, I just wanted to know why that generation is so exhausted and tired. Because at that age, I was not exhausted and tired. And I also, okay, when I say that age, I mean between the ages of 18 and I'm gonna say up to like 30, 32. That includes millennials, the very young millennials, and then all of the I don't know. I don't know where the generations begin and end, but I know it includes part of millennials and then mostly Gen Z. So that was my question, because I have very young family members, including some of my kids. I have 4, but not all of them are tired, just a couple of them. So my question was like, why are they so exhausted if I was not that exhausted at that age? So at 18, I was not a mom yet, and I wasn't married or anything. And I was out having fun. I didn't, I would go to the club. Now, I know nowadays going to the club is like super dangerous. People probably are like scared to go. But it wasn't back then. There would be like a fight, and it would be like, oh my gosh, there was a fight. But I mostly went to salsa clubs and and Middle Eastern clubs. And so people were not like doing that there. They were just dancing and having fun. So, but anyways, so I was having fun. And then when I got older, like 19, I had my first kid. And then I had 3 more pregnancies after that, until I had my last one at 29. I also had several things happen to me medically. I had a back injury. I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. A lot of crap happened, but I still had more energy than these children today. That's what's blowing my mind. I'm like, okay, I had a really hard life, but the exhaustion level that these young people are feeling is totally not normal. It's not normal. I'm sorry. If you're 24, 25, and you're just utterly exhausted, something is not right in your life, and you need to get off your phone. I saw a lot of people answering me as to why they're so tired, and every single answer I got, it all links back to the phones and social media and how much we're on them. And I was just like, honestly, that's the main difference. Someone said crappy food. I'm like, yeah, I had that as well. And I know there are way more chemicals in the crappy food these days than there was back then, but that food really affected me. Like, the food, I just didn't eat well, and it really messed me up. But I can't find anything that doesn't totally link back to social media. And I don't necessarily mean just scrolling. I mean all the stuff you're seeing. So, for instance, when I was younger, we did not have phones and we didn't even have computers. Like, I think we got our first computer with internet on it, is what I mean, when in like 2000, maybe. I know my daughter, we have a picture of her being on the computer, but it just wasn't what it is today. There wasn't as much on it. So it was really different. And then, so we just didn't have exposure. So the news we got was, there may have been like the Yahoo News page, but there was nothing on it. It was nothing. I don't, compared to today, it was nothing. We still got newspapers and we would read the newspaper. So we found out when something happened after the fact, not during the fact. If something was happening during like if you knew about it during the fact, it was live on TV, like they interrupted, your show to show it, like Princess Diana, that was when she passed away. That was like this crazy big news story. It was all over TV. TV was interrupted. And of course 9/11, but another one was OJ. And there was another one I thought of. But it was like so rare that never happened. Unless it was just this insane, crazy thing. So we just didn't have real-time news. And having real-time news, I think, has screwed up so many people, unfortunately. I knew a lady when I worked at the library, and she was like, I said something about something that was on the news, and she goes, oh, I don't have internet. Like, I don't use the internet, so I don't know what's going on in the world, and I'm a much happier person. This was like in 2018, so I was like, wow, wish I could do that, But again, it comes down to that. Like, the difference between my gen, I'm Gen X and I'm young Gen X, and some of the millennials, and then all of Gen Z, that's all they know. They only know that everything is online, and the news, like, and you don't even have to look at news, you don't even have to like be on CNN or Fox News. The news is just there. Like, you get online and bam, it's there. It doesn't even matter what your algorithm is. So personally, I just got off Instagram. I think it's been like 3 weeks, maybe. I had lowered it down to like 2 to 3 minutes at a time. I have this app called Be Present. It's amazing. You can fix all your apps, time limit them, everything. I didn't time limit TikTok because I can't be on TikTok very long. Drives me up the wall. So that's not a problem for me. If it is, I will put a time limit on it. But I haven't been on Instagram, and I'm staying off till the end of the year. And then I have Facebook, but I use Facebook for groups. And so I have like the Buy Nothing group, the local one. Unfortunately, when you scroll, you still see the news. So I'm like, ugh. So I have a time limit of 5 minutes set on the Be Present app for my Facebook. So I can only go on there, look at Buy Nothing, look at the marketplace, see if there's anything on there. Maybe check in with a family member. I have a separate one that's just family and friends. I don't have friends, but I have family. And just see what's going on. It's like my cousin, he just got diagnosed with glioblastoma, so I want to know how he's doing. But besides that, I'm like, I don't miss it. I don't miss Instagram at all, which is, there were so many wonderful people I was following on there, but it just is a time suck and it makes me feel like crap. Even if I'm laughing. I personally love to follow comedic comedians, people who are just funny. Like, that's my main thing. But it doesn't matter. It'll still show me crap I don't want to see, which I hate. I remember the beginning days of Instagram and Facebook where there was no suggested anything. It was literally just what you follow, who you followed and whatever. And and that it used to be in order. So then they took that away, which I was so angry about when they did that. But anyway, yeah, I just, with the comments I got, it was all stuff that I went through as a younger person. But it's just also magnified now. Everything is so magnified. There's so much more of it. And so I've heard people who are way smarter than me say that our brains are not meant to handle that. Our heart can't take it. And so, yeah, I just, I suggest that we just get off social media. And I don't even necessarily mean YouTube. Short form is fun. It's good, like videos and stuff. I like TikTok because I don't typically see the news on there, which is nice. Once in a while it'll pop up, and it's usually because I looked something up. But again, I can't do TikTok for very long. It just drives me crazy. And I think a lot of people just don't have the patience anymore for long form, which is really sad, because if you're doing long form or watching it, then it means you are patient. So, yeah, I think we need to get back to more long form and find patience with ourselves. So, yeah. Anyway, that was what I wanted to say. I'd love to hear your thoughts if you saw my original video. I have 2 over on TikTok, and then I just did the 1 over here because on TikTok I had to like explain the age group I was talking about in a second video. So then the one, when I uploaded over here, I added to it. But yeah. So anyways, it was fun to do this. It's been a really long time, and yeah. I love y'all. Bye.